Welcome to the Mycronic booth here at IPC Apex. Delighted to be joined by Kevin Clue. He's the VP of Global Sales for the HyFlex division of Mycronic.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Trevor, for having me.
Yeah, great to see you. So, I'm going to talk about a few things here, but the first thing I want to touch on, Kevin, is the Mexican market, which is not that far away from here. It's very dynamic at the moment. There's a lot of companies reshoring. There's even some new entrants coming in from Taiwan and places like that. You've just recently opened a new sales and service office down there in Guadjalahara. What's the Mycronic take on it?
Yes, for sure. So we've seen somewhat explosive growth down in the Mexico market. As you said, that's driven by some domestic demand, but also from a lot of reshoring, as you'd noted. We're seeing a lot of demand for the automotive EV segment, and that's what's driving a ton of opportunities, particularly for our dispensing product lines. So we have a lot of customers on the high volume side who have our dispensing solutions. So we've now established a legal entity in Guadalajara to support those customers. So what that allows us to do is to have not just a sales and service infrastructure, but a spare parts infrastructure, a training infrastructure, so that we can support those customers locally.
Yeah, that's pretty important. So what do you think makes the dispensing side of your business so attractive to customers down there?
So with the Axxon acquisition a few years back, we now have a full product line of dispensing solutions. So that is multi-process dispensing solutions, as well as tabletop dispensing solutions, as well as conformal coat solutions. As part of that acquisition, Axxon is a very well-recognized brand with a lot of tenure and capability and experience in dispensing, and so that allows them to support a multitude of dispensing valves. And so when you have a ton of opportunity with dispensing valve technology, that makes you a brand that is suitable for many manufacturers down there.
Right, that's very true. I mean, they have a huge number of different dispensing valve solutions.
Sure.
Axxon is, of course, was and probably still is #1 in China. For dispensing solutions, but they weren't known particularly well outside of China prior to the Mycronic acquisition.
Exactly.
So now that's rolling out, and people are really starting to recognize it as a global brand.
For sure. I mean, and we actually we're not just #1 in China now, Trevor. We're actually #1 globally for dispensing solutions in the electronics industry. So it's a nice feather in our cap, and I think it talks a lot to the brand and to the capability that we've demonstrated.
Now, let's look at your inspection systems, because you brought out recently a new iris head. Tell us about some of the capabilities of that system.
So the iris head technology is a brand new technology for us at Mycronic. It's a technology that supports post-reflow AOI. We're able to support both 2D and 3D imaging in this iris head technology, and it's a head that has greater resolution than we've ever had before, and it's a head that's a little bit faster than we've had before. So it's 30% faster than the previous generation, but more importantly, honestly, is the resolution of the head. When you have a higher resolution head, that allows you to get more crisper images and allows you to have a more repeatable inspection process. So we're now able to get down to 008, 004 components with our 3D and 2D AOI system.
So how did you achieve that? Is it that enhanced camera resolutions that you're using?
It's an enhanced camera resolution that gets us better vision quality for sure. The pixel count is a lot tighter on the new iris head technology.
Great. Okay. All right. So looking at the inspection systems, Kevin, I mean, one of the big problems we tend to get is getting the balance right, so that you don't have too many false calls in inspection. And you've brought out a new system called Escape Tracker. Tell us how that works.
Yeah, so certainly the goal for any AOI system is to eliminate escapes at the same time as mitigating false calls. You don't want your operator keeping going back and forth, yes. So the Escape Tracker software is a software tool that's part of the new MyWizard software. Everything at Mycronic is My, so we have a new MyWizard software, and Escape Tracker is a functionality of the MyWizard software. And this MyWizard the Escape Tracker software takes certified images that have either been deemed as true rejects or have been deemed as false calls. Those images that have been certified by the engineer on the line get saved to the library automatically.
Right.
So as they are saved to the library automatically, so your library becomes more and more robust. And as you have a more and more robust library, so you have the better opportunity to make sure that you minimize those false calls without any escapes.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because most people build a library of good components or good images, as it were.
Yep.
So you're actually capturing the bad images or the defects, as it were, and building a knowledge base on that.
Yeah, we obviously program initially with original data in X and Y and Z, but what we're actually doing with Escape Tracker is we're capturing those images that have either been certified as a false call or as a true reject, and then updating the library automatically.
Okay.
So we're taking known data and then augmenting it with true images.
Right, okay. All right, well, last question, because I see you've got a busy booth here.
No
and I know you
worries,
want to get back to it.
Yeah.
Your MyPro Connect system. Now, this is the software that basically monitors your production equipment on the line and connects through CFX to other MES.
Yep.
Tell us a bit more about that, how it functions, and what you've done recently to it.
Yeah, so MyPro Connect is a new software functionality to, again, everything is at Mycronic. So MyPro Connect is the functionality for every one of the machines in our assembly line to communicate to a CFX MES or ERP system. So no need for customization of software, no need for any algorithms or any custom software requirements. It's all a standard protocol as defined by IPC. So the ability to communicate to an MES or ERP system seamlessly is an important part of our industry. As we have multiple platforms and multiple machine vendors all in the same factory, you want a standard protocol to be able to communicate to your MES or ERP
so
system.
this works with all Mycronic equipment?
Correct. Every piece of gear in our assembly line, for sure.
Does it work on other equipment through a middleware or anything like that?
Yeah, so no, the protocol that we have with the MyPro Connect allows us to communicate to a CFX MES or ERP system. So if any other manufacturer's equipment has that same capability, it can also seamlessly integrate to those MES or ERP systems. So it's an important part of the business as we merge with multiple machine vendors in a factory. It's nice to have that standardized protocol.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing us up to date, Kevin. You're always innovating here at Mycronic, and
Thank you.
It's been great to see you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.